All right, guys, we're back on this car, 2018 Chevy Impala V6 model Premier. If you remember, in my last short, we had a sway bar that came loose and we ended up fixing it on both sides, thinking that that was a problem. So the problem we're experiencing right now, and back then, was there's a wheel vibration come from this side. We weren't totally sure what the vibration could have been, but after research and just looking around and reading a lot of online situations and symptoms that I came across, I believe that the CV axle is shot in this car and it's about to go out. And it's probably on its last leg. And that's probably why the symptoms that this car is having is shaky vibration in the tire. The car is going down the highway and it feels like it's just shaking. It feels like the tire could come off at any minute. It slowly started getting worse and worse, but it got to the point now that we can no longer ignore the problem in this car. So in this video, we are going to change the CV axle. I've never done a CV axle before, so this is gonna be interesting. And I'm gonna take you along to show y'all how the process goes, because I was looking on YouTube online and they did not have this specific model as to how to change a CV axle. So in this video, I'm gonna show y'all how to do it. I'm gonna go through it, the problems I'm gonna have, maybe tips and tricks, and to see if someone like me who's never changed a CV axle before, to see how hard it is and to see if I'm gonna struggle. So let's see how this goes. Look at all that play in there. Is it? I think this thing is messed up. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a I'm pretty sure it's the CV axle that's messed up. This is not the size. All right, guys, so turns out we're gonna have to go back to the store to get a socket, because I thought we had a 34 and we don't. For some reason, which I'm gonna inquire about at the auto parts store, the new part has a 36 nut on it, which makes me wonder if they gave me the right part. So I'm gonna double check it back at the store. But the original part that came with the car is a 34 apparently. So we're gonna go to the store and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so the first step for me was to take the tie rod off. I believe that the bolt was 18 millimeter and I used an impact to help me get that off. Afterwards, I was using the mallet to try to get that tie rod off, but then I switched over to a hammer and I would hit it on the steering knuckle to shock the tie rod to see if it would pop out. Eventually, after a couple hits, the tie rod should come loose. And a trick that I saw on YouTube as well is that they would flip the castle nut upside down and they would hit it while hitting the side of the knuckle to shock that tie rod out. I really wasn't too concerned about damaging the tie rod end or the threads, considering that I was going to replace this anyways. That's what happens. As soon as you start recording, that comes out. So guys, as you can see, the boot on this tie rod was blown out. It was pretty much non-existent at this point. It was in dire need of replacement. With the tie rod off, I was able to move the wheel side to side. The next thing I did was remove the bolts from the strut to release the steering knuckle. I've seen many videos where people didn't remove the brake caliper, but for me, it just seemed a lot easier to just remove it and get out the way. That way, I didn't have to worry about the hose kinking up or making sure that the brake hose line didn't break. I'm not gonna lie to y'all guys, this part for some reason took me a while to get it out. It's not that it was stuck or anything, it was just that I was maybe not maneuvering it right to get it out. So once I got that out the way, I was able to pry the axle out using a pry bar. I was very surprised as to how easily the axle came out. I was then able to get the new axle and slide it in. The only thing you have to be careful is there's a C-clip at the very end of the axle. Make sure that doesn't get bind up. And what can help sometimes is if you lubricate the end part with transmission oil before you insert it, and that should help you put it in there. Once you hear a click, it's in there. This took me a while since I've never actually done it myself, but eventually you'll hear a click once it goes in. Oh, there we go. Wow. So as you can tell, guys, you'll hear that click. It's very noticeable. So after that, all you have to do is pretty much go in reverse order and put everything back together. So this is just a tip and trick that I've learned. This part took us forever to put back in, but what I should have done is I should have taken off the sway bar linkage bar off the strut and used the jack, kind of like how I have it right now underneath the control arm. Hey guys, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to all the subscribers that have subscribed up to this point. If you really like this content, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and comment down below. The growth that I've experienced in the last couple months has been amazing, and it just motivates me even more to put content out there. As of right now, all I'm doing is just filming videos and making videos that I think are interesting. The more people that subscribe, the more people that comment on what they want to see, the more of an idea I get as to what I want to make this channel. But anyways, back to the video. So guys, I did the little marking for temporary reasons. She's gonna end up getting an alignment eventually, which is probably gonna be, 2 days from now, which is Monday. So I'm trying to get it as close as I can to alignment to where it was originally before I changed out the part. So that's why I did the markings, and that's why I was counting how many spins. So I could just kind of get it approximately where I need it to go. So that was the whole reason I did that. check out the old one and the new one, guys. And that thing is blown out. 17 turns. I think we're ready for a little first test drive. See if we're ready to go. We're just gonna go ahead and clean up a little bit and hit the road. Brake line looks good. Doesn't look broken. Axle's in. That's tightened up. That's tightened up. That's tightened up. All right. Now we're gonna go on a little test drive, see if everything was put together right. All right, guys, we're about to do a little test drive. Make sure that this car is in working order. We're gonna start off slow, make sure everything is good, and then we'll work our way up to faster speed.
It's still open. What's that?
What is it?
Do you think it's that bearing?
Dude, I don't know. I think you're gonna have to go ahead and take it to a mechanic, like an actual mechanic, because I mean, I honestly don't. What?
I don't know. So water in there. Bearing's no good.
Oh!
You could glad that thing came out. Maybe the other one was there too. Two of them came out. Well, I mean, they don't come out.
They're not supposed to, right?
No, they're supposed to put. See this one? This one got a little housing. See this one? They got nothing on it.
Wow.
They got no bearings anymore. This one, probably this what it is in the other side. It's showing the bearings.
Yeah.
See, this one got some bearings. Watch. Oh, it won't come out.
Yeah.
But
I mean, now that I'm seeing this, okay.
see, it got no bearings.
Yeah, we
Well-
definitely got to see the other one.
Let's see. They got bearings. It's just they're rusty. Water went inside there.
But the fact that they came out and the other one doesn't want to come out.
yeah,
You
that's
know,
what
that's
I'm saying.
crazy.
They got no.
Let's check the other side.
I don't know. This side got some.
Yeah.
But this one is not that bad. Look, this one I can hear when it's. So maybe that's what it is on the other
And that's
side.
probably what is making that sound.
Yes.
I mean, also.
Yeah.
Squeaky sound.
Dude.
So you be glad that thing won't come off.
Your car is in dire need of maintenance.
Yeah.
Big time.
Oh, see, this one got grease and everything. A lot better.
So the other one is supposed to have grease?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that grease is
That's what the video was.
nasty.
But it's supposed to take this thing off, put some grease inside. This one won't come out. Why it won't come out? This way is different. Oh, you didn't cut it all the way?
Oh, I didn't cut it? We're in dissecting mode, guys, right now. Oh, crap. The cut's on the other side.
Yeah, you win. Cut it first, though. See, this one is different. It's not like that one.
So this side was okay. The other side was the worst part.
Yeah. This is the side that was on your,
The tire.
on the tire.
Yeah.
This is the one that was towards the transmission side, the drive shaft.
So maybe this was making that noise.
That's pretty bad. I guess, guys, tomorrow we're probably going to do the next one, the other one then, along with the other tie-in rod that the other side needs it too. All right, guys, it's day 2 of this repair job. We got the CV axle on the other side done, but we're still hearing that popping sound, but now it's coming from the other side. But in our diagnosing and our theories, again, mind you, I'm not a mechanic and I'm not certified, so take it as you will. I believe that both CV axles have just given out, or they're probably on their last leg. So now we're gonna replace the one on the driver's side, and hopefully that takes care of the issue of the popping sound and everything goes back to normal. However, yesterday on our test drive that we did, the shakiness that she was experiencing, which kind of the only way I could really tell or describe it to y'all guys is like, if you're driving down the road, if it kind of feels like the car is doing this. That did not happen yesterday, and we drove it for a good maybe 10 minutes or so, and she didn't have that problem anymore. So I'm thinking that maybe the CV axle on that other side was bad. As you saw when we opened it up, I mean, those bearings were pretty much wore out to the point that they came out on their own. So if that side was that bad, I'm thinking that this side is probably bad as well. So we're gonna go get to it and repair it as well. And hopefully that takes care of all our issues. So this time I actually ended up having my dad help me out on this side. This side was a little bit more difficult to do for some reason. You'll see why here in a little bit. I ended up actually taking out the sway bar linkage that connected to the strut, and that definitely helped me be able to maneuver the strut, especially when it came time to put it back in. Pretty much on this side, everything came apart, just like on the other side. Because of the limited space I had to work with, this side was definitely a lot harder to get that axle out. Yeah, I just pulled it. I was doing this, like I put it straight.
Oh, it was not straight this way?
I put it straight and I was like, and I finally got it out. After a freaking hour.
Yeah, but they brought you the wrong one.
I know they gave us the wrong one, Asu.
I told you it was the wrong one.
They gave us the wrong part.
See? Maybe they got it here.
So as you saw in that last clip, guys, they gave us the wrong part. So we ended up having to go out of town to go get it. And that was a pain. I literally lost like 3 hours of nothing but driving from town to out of town to try to go find the right parts. So what I did here, guys, is I took the new seal and I put it in, lubed it up with transmission oil, and I put it in by hand as much as I could. Then I would grab a socket and I used the old seal to press it all the way back in, which is not too difficult. You just need to take your time, make sure it evenly goes in there. So here I am checking the seal to make sure that it's seated properly and that there's no gaps between the case and the seal. That blue thing that I'm using is to protect the seal's plastic from rubbing up against the CV axle's splines. So what you want to do is you'll put the CV axle in and then you'll make sure that it's past the plastic seal, and then you take it off before you try to click it in. At least that's what I understood from the instructions. Not gonna lie, guys, just like the other side, this actually took me a while to click it in. But again, same thing. You'll hear a click once it's fully in there. And as you see me do, make sure that the CV axle is perfectly straight, or as straight as you can get it. And you can lightly hit it with the mallet until it goes all the way in. This time it was a lot easier to get that steering knuckle into the strut. Especially because I took that linkage bar off, which I did not do on the other side, if you remember. So that's just my advice to you, is I would probably take it off, and just to make things a lot easier when you're putting everything back together. So then, just like the other side, just do the reverse and put everything back together. I had a little bit of grease spots on the rotor, so that's why I cleaned it. And as always, you got to make sure you do the wiggle test to make sure everything's on right. I'm using the impact here to tighten up the CV axle nut. But what I didn't show is that I also used the breaker bar to give it a couple more tights. You're supposed to tighten it up to 189 foot-pounds. So we did as much as foot-pounds as the torque wrench could do, and we did a little more after that. Here at this point, my dad was taking off the tie rod ends. They were very difficult for some reason. This one did not want to come out. So what I ended up doing here was sprayed a little bit of WD-40 so I can get that nut off, and so I could put the tie rod on a little bit easier than it was when it didn't want to come out. I also marked the area where the nut was, and we counted how many revolutions that tie rod took for it to come out. That way it just gave us an estimate as to where it needed to be. Remember, she was going to get an alignment on Monday, so as long as we got close, and the next day she would get an alignment and get it fixed. So then I ended up using the torque wrench to torque all the bolts. That one should be at 89 foot-pounds, and the tie rod should be at 34 foot-pounds. And at this point in the video, I just want to give a big shout out to my dad for helping me with this project. Everything that I know up to this point is because of him. Everything that I know and I've done is because of him, and because he's passing knowledge of what he knows on to me. I'm very fortunate to have a dad like him, and very thankful. And I hope to keep doing projects like this more and more with my dad. So in this model of the car, I did not know, but the dipstick for the transmission is actually on the cap already. We ended up having to put a whole quarter of transmission fluid in just because of what came out when we took that CV axle out. And there's always something satisfying once you get the car rolling and knowing that you did a good job and that whatever you did, it worked. You fixed it. Now, if there's any mechanics out there that, see this video, let me know. What do you think of my first time of changing CV axles and tie rods? Do you think I could have done a better job, or is there something maybe that you could recommend doing next time for the next project? Let me know. I'd surely love to hear what y'all have to say. all for nothing, or would they actually need it or you replaced?
Nah, they need to be replaced. See?
It looks better than the
Yeah,
passenger
it's
side.
better than the other side, but they ain't come out yet. But this one looks like the worst one. Supposed to turn it. See, still.
So the other side was a lot worse. And, well, I'll say then, it looks like it's about to come out.
Yeah, it's just, you see. I don't know if they're supposed to be that loose, but to me it seems like it's too loose.
Well, they're nothing like this one right here, right?
No.
Now, this one still had the grease in there, and this one didn't.
It was rusty.
Well, at least you got 2 new CV axles in.
Yes.
The other side looks like you really didn't need it, but you could have probably needed later on. That first one we took out, you definitely needed it. Because
that side looks a lot better. This one seems like I would say it's no good.
You'd say it's no good?
I mean, it's too much play on it. See? I think it's supposed to be right there. Still don't come out, but this one still can serve as spare. So we may save this one. Save this one for spare in case one day you need it.
Just to remember that's the driver's side.
They almost look the same, innit? I don't know why they look the same.
Well, at least we figured out what the problem was. It was not the CV axles, it was the sway bar bushings. That one didn't need it. Yeah, that one didn't need it.
Because it was making the noise. Click, click,
Yeah.
click, click, without stopping. This one, maybe, maybe not, but this one, yes. This one, maybe. But now you got the shock make a noise, and you replace the well, she's gonna replace the bush and the sugar bar, and
yeah.
If it's still making the noise, then we know it's a shock. But
Yeah,
the shock, I don't think the shock is doing that.
So explain to
The-
people because they don't know.
The shock is making the whistle thing.
Yeah. Well, that's on the what the
Passenger
right
side.
side. Yeah. So that one probably needs to be replaced because I feel like that
If you're gonna replace one, you better replace both.
might be another project
Because
for another
you're
day.
gonna have
Yeah.
the car going like this.
It's gonna be higher than the other.
So,
Yeah. Oh, guys.
All right. So that's for another story. Next one.
Another project for another day. Oh man. So after replacing the CVX on the other side, we took it for another test drive. It was still making that clinking sound. Granted, on this side probably didn't really need it, but we replaced it anyways, and came back and it was just hitting all the bumps on my yard and stuff, and was still making that clinking sound. Turns out it was a sway bar bushings that are just worn out. I mean, that sway bar is playing, going in and out of those bushings, and they're not seated properly how they should be. And the way we figured it out was because people were sitting on the car, and I had my hand on the sway bar linkage that connected to the strut, and I just felt the hit or the vibration through there. So that's when we started digging a little deeper, and that's when we saw that the whole sway bar in the bottom is moving, and the bushings are probably worn out. So she's probably gonna have to get that replaced. Hopefully when she gets the alignment.
Because we're checking the shocks. The sound of the shocks.
Yeah, because we were checking the sound of the shocks as well. But man, what a weekend, guys! What a weekend.